Alright, what's up, YouTube? I'm going to talk about some things that made me sad today. Different emotions for the day. I should write them all, like make a list of emotions and talk about them because we're human, and I think that throughout the day, that's a complete human experience is to be able to feel these different things. First of all, because what hurts us, I think we remember the most. Well, I'm going to talk about something good. The good thing is that, well, I had to rewind back some more. Internet was down yesterday, and I went through withdrawal symptoms, y'all. Really, because I was job hunting and stuff on the internet, and then it got interrupted. I was editing some writing that I was doing, and at first I was frustrated because I was like, I only have a little bit of time to, get this done. And then from being frustrated, I just suffered really with real bad withdrawal symptoms because actually I did a video about it offline. I just posted. But feelings that I went through today that I was sad about. I'm sad that I'm ghetto. And I'm sad about that because that's not how my mother raised me. And I'm sad about that because, again, if my mom sees me today, she will not recognize her daughter that she gave birth to and raised for 17 years. Um, Sad story. And I didn't realize how ghetto I was until I was after I did my little job search thing. There, I didn't see any jobs that I could readily, get or whatever. And nothing that was, in my area. And I think sometimes the feeling of loneliness comes when you want something that you can't have. That's not necessarily another person, but like for me right now, it's like it's in need of a support system. Like right now, I want a job that's close to home. That I want a new job. You know what I'm saying? I want to interview with somebody. I want to tell them, who I am, what I can do. I want to, you know, tell them, just lay everything on the line. I want to tell them, and this has never happened in interviews before because, well, that part has, but telling them about what I will and will not accept, that has never happened in interviews before because usually when you're looking for a job, you're always coming from the humble standpoint, but I think it's like I've been through so much in my life now that I'm just kind of, tired of the BS. I'm sure everybody can tell you the same cookie cutter story. You know what I'm saying? Or either pull you in however they want to. And all I have is my honesty. But on top of that honesty, I need to use that honesty to benefit me too, and let them know that some things I just you know won't accept. Went for an interview today, and the guy I interviewed with him before, and I didn't take the position right away. And I tell you, he was interviewing in, but he wiped his whole entire office out. There's nobody there. And these are telemarketing jobs, so, it's not unusual. But what trips me out so much, like I said, honesty is so important to me. But, I mean, the type of questions he was asking, like I was telling him, like on my resume, I have temporary and various interests because that's basically what I do. And he mentioned something about job hopping, and I was just like, this is a journey in life. There's going to be different jobs, different experiences, different variables, and that's what life is about. It's about learning. You can't learn if you're just stuck in one spot. It's a learning process. And then, you know, for him to ask me that and for me to respond with what I responded with, I looked around. I'm just like, I noticed. Speaking about longevity, I noticed, I want to build a good relationship with the company. Whereas, especially with telemarketing and sales, if I get to the point where, let's say, I feel like, it's not going as well as it should, or, perhaps I just, need a break. I want to be able to take a leave for a couple of weeks, go recharge my batteries, refresh, and then come back, you know? And it appears to me that, that type of relationship wasn't built with the people that he had there before because the whole office was cleaned out. On top of that, he had this big burly guy, and I guess, he was using him as his, maybe assistant person or whatever. And I can tell already, like, he asked him, and they do this a lot in telemarketing places. The person may not have been there long, but they play him up to be all this, that, and the other, and put him in a lead position, and then see if he can work to bring somebody else in to make people feel, get the illusion of permanence and all that type of thing. And I just, I don't know. But anyhow, so pretty much what I want to do is, to be honest with you, I just want to make a little bit of money, to do what I need to do. But it's just that, I want, right now, what I want in my life as far as employment, right now, I want a job to be available that's close to my home base. I want where, because I know, the only jobs I apply for are ones that I'm qualified for. And I want to, and I want to start reapplying to jobs that I have the skills for, but maybe have not worked in a while. I need to sign back onto a temp agency, because I think that's why I am the way that I am with working these places, because you know with temporary I had the freedom, you know what I'm saying, to, if I wanted to work a few weeks, I could work a few weeks, take a break, decide to or not to take the next job, and those jobs that I had were easy jobs. They weren't like stressful jobs or anything like that, and really when you think of any job, no job itself in the work is stressful. It's just managing your relationships with others, and of different. But what scares me is like the viciousness. Like I said, that big guy, I could feel a little viciousness because he didn't know, where I was coming in at. But I don't know. And the other thing that made me sad is, like I said, me realizing that how ghetto I am, and because after all of that, I decided to try to unwind. People usually have families that they come home to unwind to, or best friends or girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever. I don't have any of that. So when I need to unwind, like the situation of that, the jobs that I wanted are not out there, and the type of honesty, and then also, not putting it on everything outside of me, but inside of me, have I become just this big fat lazy woman? And that's really um, something that I have to look into, and that's scary, because the things that are outside of you, it's okay because that's not you, but when it's you that may be part of the problem, that's scary, and I don't want to be this big fat lazy woman, and big fat and lazy, even though there's reasons for that, I should not have let myself get there. But then on top of the big fat and lazy woman portion of it, there's the ghetto part. So like I said, I wanted to unwind, so I got on this thing called chat roulette, and I started chatting. And the thing about these things, I don't know why, but it's like I would just like a conversation. You know what I'm saying? A conversation about real stuff, about how was your day. You know what I'm saying? What made you smile? What made you happy? What made you sad? But then people started asking stupid questions like about boyfriends and stuff like that. That's none of your business, I just want to have a normal conversation. I don't want to talk about all that crap. I'm not interested in any of that. As far as you're concerned, I'm married. I've been married since I've been born. You don't need to know anything else. And I'm tired of, people not just having real conversations. I would like to have a real, authentic conversation. Sad thing about it was, like, on the shuttle, on the way back, because it was a long ride, it was like 45 minutes, I whipped up one of my games and started playing. All the kids started coming around me, And actually, I was happier then than I ever was, because children, they innocently just wanted to watch me play the game. I didn't have to worry about anybody asking me no stupid questions, trying to boyfriends, girlfriends, all this other stuff. They just was enjoying the game just like I was just enjoying the game. And so that kind of made me happy. But it's weird for a 40-year-old, because like Michael Jackson, I don't think he did anything to them children. But I can understand, like him, Josephine Baker, a lot of people, when you have innocent spirits, you really don't feel like, being exposed to all the crap that, that adults, expose you to. Y'all don't want to be exposed to all of that. I don't want to be exposed to that. Not at all. But, yeah, so, but I'll go briefly through the withdrawal symptoms from the internet. When you first get off, it's like you're frantic because you're like, oh, I have so much work to do. Then when you get over it to the point of you realize your work is not going to get done because you don't have an internet, then you're just like, okay, well, I've come to that conclusion. I've realized that I'm okay. But then you realize, yo, I don't have anything to do to entertain me because your entertainment was the internet too, and my entertainment was basically my work. Then after that, it's like you go through withdrawal symptoms like you would, like if you had like a significant other that you were with for a long time and somehow you were still connected to them and they didn't know. You didn't know that they were no longer feeling you like that and they just kind of dipped and they didn't come home for a couple of hours or something. That's how you felt. And then after a while you realize that person ain't coming home at all, so you just go to sleep. And don't behold, when I went to sleep, actually, when I went to sleep, I actually slept pretty good. I didn't get up as early as I usually go to the bathroom. I didn't have any nightmares or anything like that because I've been having bad dreams this past week. And then the other symptoms, like I don't know if it's withdrawal or re-exposure to it, but I started getting a headache like back here. It was the oddest thing, like twinges, like dull aching twinges with a little bit of sharp, if that makes sense. So there's definitely symptoms of withdrawal from the internet. And I remember being in the chat room, and this girl, she was like, she didn't have internet for like a day, and she said she got depressed, and I mean, it's like she wanted to kill herself. And I believe that could be true because it's just like you get addicted to it. But with anything, you learn to your body, your mind, everything learns to adapt to whatever situation you're in. But like I said, I was chatting on this thing, chat roulette, and the guy was from Atlanta. He didn't have his volume on. I had mine on, and he could hear me. And I was just making noise, and so I didn't realize I was doing that. Just making silly noises while I was typing. And as I was talking to him, he pointed out that I had some ghetto in me. And this guy, he was Indian, but he looked white to me. He was like white. He didn't look white. He looked like maybe Israeli white Indian. And that's the first time in my life somebody, like a non-black person, has told me that. But I know that I've been ghetto like this probably for the last 10 years again because of the system. Super ghetto. And I'm mad at myself about that. I don't like that. But that's who I am now. I'm ghetto. So anyways, that was my day in a nutshell.